All right, everyone. I just wanted to quickly share with you one powerful analysis that you can consider incorporating into your sales and marketing efforts. It's called cohort analysis. And cohort analysis basically is a form of audience insight analysis or a part of business analysis that lets you um, gain insights into your audience in terms of how the different audience groups you have um, interact with your business. So, but today I am sharing with you something that goes beyond a basic analysis to an advanced form that will give you something, um, a, a kind of an advanced view of your audience. You can incorporate the idea and insight you gain from cohort analysis into your marketing efforts, into your planning. It helps you to understand different audience groups you have, and then it also helps you to understand your audience retention rate, your audience that's churn rate, and then which audience group are more likely to churn. So this what you see here now is a dashboard which I called user retention and lifetime value forecast. But it's pretty more than that. Here, you can we have this section here, which is the inputs that accepts inputs. Input could be your baseline data from your business, something like um, number of acquired users from after a marketing campaign, subscription fee, average subscription fee, per user, acquisition cost, and other similar data. Then right here we have the output, and what are outputs? Outputs are things like your total revenue, revenue per user, net revenue, return on investment, among others. So depending on what you want to achieve, you have that flexibility to incorporate as many inputs as possible, and then to also use the data to forecast what the output could be. So now we have let's say I am planning making plans for my next marketing campaign, and I have used historical data to understand my users, right? And I know which user groups are more likely to churn, what is the average retention rate, among others. So I may want to estimate, maybe I'm making plans for another marketing campaign, and I want to see beforehand what my um, return on investment would likely be, right? After the investment, to justify the ad spend, to justify the amount I hope to spend on a particular marketing campaign. Cohort analysis lets you achieve that. With cohort analysis, you can do that. Now I can come here and play around. Let's say I I want to see if by raising my acquisition rate to like let's say five $50,000, what is my expected ROI? All right. So you can see that everything here is dynamic. Everything updates in real time, right? So let's say if I raise my subscription fee to $600, what is my ROI going to be, right? What is my net revenue, and then how will it affect my total earning? And then how many of my customers, how many of the acquired users am I likely going to retain after 5 months or after 6 months, among others, right? So what we have here is an interface, right? But then beyond that, it's taking data from an underlying model. As you can see, as you would shortly see, we have two worksheets here. This one is the cohort analysis, and it's built based on this data, this user data. We have user events, user ID, date, among others. And then for each of our user groups, we segment our user groups into cohorts. And cohort is basically a group of individuals that share similar um, quality, or let's say that share a certain feature in common. It could be the group of users that joined your business in the first month of last year or first month of this year or anytime at all. It could cohort could also come in the sense of a, let's say, a particular demographic. Let's say you decide to use age as a metric, right? You would want to segment your users based on their age group or age range. Five, let's say 18 to 25, 30 to 45, and among others. So those can form cohorts. But for this analysis, we basically utilize the time they joined your business. It could be that you run an advertisement, or you run a business ad every month. You want to see the different ad or marketing efforts you, you ran, the different people you targeted, which ones are your ideal customers, right? So those are the things that you would need. Now, with that, we were able to derive certain other metrics like a user profile to see what an average user um, retention looks like. We have it here, and we have even the churn for you to see what the likeliness of your of this each of these groups to abandon your business after a certain month or so, right? How does it vary? So you could see here that this very cohort 8, there was a very high churn, right? There was a very high churn rate, in the sense that after the first um after the first month, about 93.8% of them left our business, right? Something could have happened. So which is something you might want to investigate deeper. And then we also have other ones. Now, when I go to the retention table, we could see that for cohort, let's say for cohort, let's say cohort 4, yes, cohort 4 has an impressive retention, being that on average our customer lifetime with us is about, let's say, um, 11 months, right? But then this very cohort maintained a relatively impressive um, retention for up to the 11th month, right? You could also have the same, you could also say something similar for cohort 11, among others. Now, with that, we now have we now have an interface where we can now plug in our data, right? Plug in our data to start experimenting, which is what you see now as a dashboard. So this dashboard is mirroring what is here in this analysis, which we have done. So having known your average user retention, having known your average user retention based on the cohorts analysis we just performed, what is the likeliness of how many of these users do you foresee retaining in the longer, and let's say after um, the third month, how many of these users will still stick to your business after the fifth month, and so on and so forth. So that's what you can see here: projected number of users, average retention, and then month number, which is the months, that's the number of months that these users have expended with your business. And we could also see charts. This chart is showing us this that is just showing us the trends, right? Being that in the first month we could see that our retention was very high, and you could also see that we made the highest profit in this first month. But then as the users started leaving our business, the profit started dropping. I mean, the revenue started dwindling until it finally hits zero here, right? But the most interesting part of this is that it's not just giving you something static. You could come here and experiment. You could enter value here and then see what your retention and then marketing efforts could look like in the let's say in the next 5 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, depending on how far you want to go and how much data you have. That's the span of your data, right? So cohort analysis is a very powerful form of business intelligence analysis, in that it's like all encompassing, right? So with just one analysis, we were able to derive as many information as possible, as many data as possible, right? It gives us insight into retention, um, churn, and you can even perform forecasts, right? To know what the future might look like for your business. So it's a very powerful form of analysis which you can apply to your day-to-day business, especially if you are into a subscription. Maybe your business model is a subscription-based business model, right? So it's something you could consider incorporating. If you need some guide or more explanation on how you can get started, you could always reach out. So um, we everything you see here is done with Excel. There is no rocket science here. You could even start the dashboard was designed to be intuitive um, and dynamic. So here you can see that I could just refresh everything you see here now by just clicking on this logo, right? So we made everything to be very clear and user friendly. And the fact that it's in Excel, you also see that we have a number of security measures in place, like data validation and then others. For instance, here, a user can easily have a kind of a quick view of okay, what is the input I'm expected to enter here, right? Here we have that there's a number of users, there's entire total number of users acquired, and we have measures to handle potential errors. Let's say now I accidentally type in a letter instead of a number, right? It returns an error, right, which I can quickly correct, right? So like I can now change it to 690, which is now a number, right? And everything updates in real time. The dashboard, everything, the charts, everything updates in real time. I also have measures to avoid accidentally overwriting certain fields. For instance, this very column here, this very cell here, this is the output, and then the user is not expected to be able to update to modify the data in the output. So I cannot accidentally override that because we have measures to protect the dashboard. So the fact that it is Excel, the fact that you have Excel means there are many businesses are yet to fully explore the power of Excel and how it can make their business processes, how you can help them supercharge their efforts in business. So Excel is a powerful tool which you can start incorporating or leveraging more than most users. So in this quick video, which eventually turned even lengthier than I expected, you could see the benefits of cohort analysis, and perhaps I encourage you to explore it further, and you can always reach out to us to learn more. Thank you. My name is Kenneth.